Welcome to the Quick Galloper YouTube channel. Please like, subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell. In the dynamic world of horse racing, the spotlight often shines brightly on the jockeys as they thunder down the track, but behind their success stands a crucial figure, the jockey's agent. These skilled operatives navigate the complex racing landscape, forging connections and creating opportunities pivotal to a jockey's career. One such agent, Coorie Grant, has made significant contributions to the sport at Caymanas Park, playing an instrumental role in the careers of several top jockeys. In an exclusive interview with QuickGallopJHey.com on the YouTube channel The Quick Galloper, Coorie Grant shares his experiences and insights throughout his career as a jockey's agent. His lifetime narrative isn't just a recounting of victories, it's a testament to the perseverance, passion, and dedication that fuel the racing industry. Grant's narrative reflects the highs and lows of the sport, showcasing not only the triumphs of the jockeys, but also the challenges they face along the way.
We have you here, sir, as an agent. First of all, tell me who you're working with now as an agent.
Well, presently, I'm working with Shane Richardson, Dick Cardenas, and Richie Shakes.
You've been in the business for a bit, and you would have worked with some of our top riders. Tell us about that.
I'm more famous to be working with Anthony Thomas, but I worked with a few riders before. I started out working with Andre Martin, and then Orlando Foster, Jockey, one of my favorite riders. Somebody who, just to expound on Jockey. Jockey himself don't know his true potential. I tell him that all the while. Me and him in an argument all the while about that. Don't know his true potential. I think Jockey could have achieved more at racing in Jamaica. Robert Aladdin. I worked with Robert Aladdin for a very good time. It's been quite a few races with Robert Aladdin. A lot of races with Robert Aladdin. And as I said, presently, sorry, I worked with Daniel Satchel as well, Yuvel Pinnock. I had Radish Roman when he was apprentice, and I had whole heap of good plans for Radish Roman. But that's how life went. That's how life goes sometimes, you know. So, yeah.
All right. So before we come to the three you're working with presently, we can't skip over AT and his championships. How many of those championships you were responsible for as an agent?
All of them.
All of them. And that's three, right?
3 championships, all 3. AT, I started working at AT when AT just won 2 races.
Okay.
And like,
So it's lifetime almost.
Yeah. Yeah.
How happy are you to see him, picking up on, I mean, he's injured now, but the development in Florida?
I'm very elated, you know. Tell the truth, it wasn't surprising to me because that's what I had planned for him. I had Robert Aladdin and Anton Thomas at the same time. Then the thing is that I had great plans for Anthony Thomas, and I glad it come to fruition because that's really the one who put me on the map as an agent. The people recognize me as an agent. You understand? Robert Aladdin also, because I did well with Robert. I came second championship Robert Aladdin.
And you won a lot of big races.
And lot of big races, lot of classics. Won the Derby and disqualified. And but as I say, getting back to Anthony Thomas. Anthony Thomas came to me by Mr. Suter. Mr. Suter brought Anthony Thomas to me. Him and Ryan Williams. They have been asking me like for 3 months to work with Anthony Thomas. And I was finally convinced by Mr. Suter. Listen, I'm going to give you Anthony Thomas retainers, and all you need to do is just give them out. You don't have to look any ride. So I said, well, this sounds easy. So after that, I took the papers, and then it took a time to get going. Few stop and start, stop and start. Take a time to get going, trust me. Take a good while. A lot of sacrifice. I sacrificed a lot of things to Anton Thomas to get him going.
In saying that, how easy or how hard it is to be an agent?
It's very easy to become an agent, but it's hard to become a successful agent. Take a lot of work. If you want to just be an agent and have a jockey where you just give out retainers for and open for the best, that's easy. But if you want to build a champion, that take a lot of work.
Expound on that for me.
Well, I was a punter before I became an agent. And I used to in the stand and curse all the agents. Oh, him get a ride, I get a jockey, and better ride than the race. But when you get involved in the whole complete thing, you know the whole thing about racing. Racing is not like how you see it on the weights paper. A lot of work behind the scene and everything. But as I said, it is easy to become an agent because you don't need a lot to become an agent. But it is hard to become a good agent.
What would be the process in really getting rides, getting good rides? How do you as an agent go about completing that?
And if I might just follow up on the second part of this question, how good of a horseman you, the agent, have to be able to secure the best rides? You're almost a handicap, eh?
All right. To answer your question first, it's good to know about the horses. If you can identify a horse, most times it's a very good, to be a horseman is a very good attribute to have as an agent. Because you can look, sometimes you can look at, when you look at the horses, you can see, say, hey, that horse is not ready. Its condition is not up there. You understand? But you have to be almost like an handicapper because the condition book is very important. If you don't know the condition book, you're going to be left behind. It is hard to deal with Jamaican jockeys, if you know. Some of them is talented. Some of them, you have to work hard with them. I am an agent who, I never normally get jockeys with talent. With that spunky, off the mark. I like to see my work. I like to work and let you see my work. So I spend a lot of times in my jockeys at the track in the morning. And I don't like to put my jockeys on horses if they're not ready. I like to get my jockeys ready, get them to be riding at a particular level before I approach certain trainers for ride for them. I don't like to just get up and look rides and then the jockey is not ready. I'm an agent who I get quite upset with my jockeys, don't matter the caliber jockey. I'm easy to get upset if you do the wrong thing. Because this is something we work a lot on.
And you discuss things before they unfold.
We discuss racing a lot. A lot. Like as I said, any good agents, when you spend time and to try to perfect the trade, you will get there. You have to just have a jockey that have the mindset just like the agent.
Mr. Grant, from afar, to me, you seem to be more than an agent. You seem to be also like an advisor or a mentor.
Well, I'm a sportsman in general. I played cricket for my high school from Pepsi straight to Sunlight,
Which is?
Tivoli Garden. I am also a football coach. I coach from under 13, Division 1 football. Yeah, I also coach in the Manning Cup as an assistant coach. I coach Westchester Football Club, 1 Division 2. Went to Division 1, didn't do that bad. But racing, I love racing.
So we're talking about the fact that you're more than just an agent.
I am more than just an agent. I see myself more than as an agent.
You're a manager.
Yeah, I am definitely a manager. I see myself as a manager more than an agent because I don't like jockeys' weight problems. I don't do that. I cut out my jockeys' diet, training, punctuality. They have to be punctual, discipline. I look for a lot of things in jockeys before I even work with them.
But how did racing get into Corey's blood? When did that bug bite?
I have a cousin, God rest his soul. He passed away last year by the name of Kirk Hall. Them call him Fana. He was the person who got me involved in racing. Actually, the first horse I bought or I bet on, I was around 9 years old. And that horse named Omar Kayam.
Oh my.
Mrs. Kliggert used to train that horse. I think it was written by Talbert Owell. And that horse won at 42-1. From that Saturday until now, that's a 1987 or 1986, 1987. Right there. And from that until now, I'm in racing.
But how did you come to bet on that horse? I mean, how did that happen? How did that happen? Because of your cousin?
No. I just look on I was at home playing marble with one of my friends around the back of my house. And I don't remember how I get $2 in my pocket. And my cousin was going to the half track to bet. I just took the paper from him and look at it and say, buy this horse for me for the $2. And he came back and the horse win.
Okay, so tell me how it developed over the years, from 9 years old and that bet. How did it develop over the years?
Oh, well, after that now, I started to get the love for racing. And my mom and my grandfather worked at Toyota Jamaica Limited. My grandfather was a very good friend of Mr. Valbert Marlowe and Mr. Enos Brown. Both of them used to take their vehicle out by Toyota to service, and so my grandfather became good friends with them. But my grandfather was a racehorseman too. He normally took us to the December 26th race, the Toyota Cup. So we normally get tickets to come to the Toyota Cup, to watch the Toyota Cup. So from that, Persian Invader, Diesel Legend, those kind of, from them here there. From that time till now, trust me, I've been hooked.
And then to get involved now formally, to become, your first serious involvement would have been as an agent, was it?
I was around owners. I was in an owning syndicate. I was not actually the owner, but like the agent for the owner, taking care of stuff on the track. And then after a while, the same owner look at me and say, why you not just become an agent? I said, no, can't bother with that. And Andre Martin, I know Andre. Andre was a very intelligent youth, and I naturally sometimes I take on to the intelligent. So you like to reason then. And sometimes me and me reason, and then now me and Andre now start move good now. And then Andre said, one day I up me and said, like, you come and track so much, look at done me agent and done. And I say, well, you know, somebody tell me about that too. So yeah, I could try it. And from there until now, I'm an agent. That's as I like on 13 years ago.
How has that journey been? How would you summarize those 13 years?
Well, I think that 13 years, I learned a lot. I learned a lot within that 13 years. And I have to give thanks. I have to call myself as probably one of the more lucky or successful agents. I won 3 jockeys title, came second 2 times, came third, fourth, I got around 4 most improved riders title, apprentice title. So one
That's a good
apprentice,
resume.
two apprentice title. Because presently, probably Shane Richardson going to be the champion apprentice as well. And I got champion apprentice with Anthony Thomas, most improved rider with Anthony Thomas, most improved rider with Orlando Foster, most improved rider with Robert Aladdin. Yeah. My jockeys are never normally, and they, as them say, the weights back, which is the top 10. But I work hard and hard. I always try to work hard because that is my aim. Not to agent a jockey for here and he's not in the top 10. So most of the time I accomplished getting them into the top 10.
That being said, how much longer can we look forward to see Mr. Grant molding these jockeys?
All right. Based on the sacrifice and the hard work and dedication with Anthony Thomas, I told myself I never want to go through that again. It's very hard. Trust me. A lot of work, a lot of sleepless nights. And I told myself I never want to go through that again, but every time they keep popping up because for some strange reason everybody thinks that if a jockey is not good or not say not good, but an average jockey and they want him to be better, most of the time they try to find me. I can't agent everybody, but I always encourage them. I talk to jockeys, always not my jockey, I talk to them and I encourage them. But I don't think I have a lot more years as an agent, to tell the truth. I don't think I really want to do it for the rest of my life. It's taxing on the brain, the early morning, get up every morning. You understand? That's why I have to lift my hat off to the horsemen who do that continuously over the years. The grooms,
Every day for the
every
year.
day. I have to lift my hat. Listen, I tell my jockeys, if you come to the track and you have any money at all in your pockets, and I go ask you for it, and from as long as you can give them it, give them it. I always do that. For as long as I have it, and I can afford to give them, I give them. Because the work that they put in, they must be,
Dedicated.
yeah, they must be applaud. Hardest working men in racing, the groom.
Have you thought about what you might move into if you should leave being an agent?
All that stuff I can move into. I'm a businessman, you know. I like business. I like to build business from the ground. I like to build things from the ground up. That's me. Naturally, I'll find something to do. I like sales work. I like sports. So I probably go back into football. I like coaching youths. Under 13, under 15, under 17. I like to see my work, as I tell you all the while. I like to see my work. I have youths that I usually coach right now playing in the Premier League right now. And sometimes like I go to a Premier League match, I feel proud to see them out there playing. So that's just me.
Who are some of the best horses you have seen race at Caymanas Park, in your opinion?
I've seen a lot of good horses. One of my favorite horses to ever run at Caymanas Park is the Viceroy. It's the horse that closest to me, like to be the horse which I would have loved to own. The Viceroy. That's back in the days still. But she's a man-eater. Eras, the Viceroy. I tell you, I saw Diesel Legend. She's on Wheels. Icky Me. That horse was a very talented horse. Never get to show his full potential. Mr. Majestic. Mr. Fiani trained that horse. War Zone. Mark My Word. Mr. Nunes have one. Terremoto. I see quite a few. Seeking My Dreams.
If I should ask you to name the best who would it be?
Well, I got to put in an extra too. I saw Ran and Atomica. You understand? I can't forget those horses. Like I saw Ran and Atomica also. If you should ask me to name the best, that would be very hard. Very, very hard. I can't even lay my finger on one right now and say, but I know quite a few that is up there. I think Eros is up there. I think the Viceroy is up there. I think She's a Manita is up there. And I think Ran is up there. It will be one or two me, and I'll be one of them four.
As a man who is involved in grooming and nurturing jockeys, who are some of the best that you have seen at Caymanas Park?
Well, Double Griffiths is my jockey. Winston Griffiths, my jockey. All time. If I could put a man on a pedestal, I would put Double Griffiths on a pedestal. But I saw some of the late part George Osang. I saw Emilio Rodriguez, Andrew Jeet, Trevor Simpson, and Dane Nelson. I think Dane Nelson is a very good rider. That's one of my favorite riders, Dane Nelson. Shane Ellis, and I can't leave out Anthony Thomas, because that's my work. I can't leave it out, because Anthony Thomas, as a sportsman, Anthony Thomas is the biggest. As I tell you, I'm a sportsman, and I watch a lot of sports. I think Anthony Thomas as a sportsman, especially in Jamaica, is the biggest transformation I ever see in race, in sports. And I'm glad I had a lot to do with that. Transformation, that's the biggest transformation I've seen, definitely in horse racing. For me, I don't know about next man, but for me.
And I would now ask you about trainers.
Mr. Fiani, Mr. Nunes, Mr. Sobriety, Mr. Alan E. Bill Williams, two Nunes. The next Nunes, that is Andrew Nunes. I leave my two for last. Mr. Lynch. That's one of my mentor in racing, Mr. Lynch. Yeah, he taught me a lot in racing. So I could at least transfer some of the things he teach me to the jockeys that are agent. And last, but definitely not least, that's my trainer, Mr. Wayne Lacosta. Wayne Lacosta was my trainer before I become an agent. I have utmost respect for all the trainers, all of them. Mr. Matty taught me a lot too. Mr. Matty teach me about race horse itself, Rowan Matty. I was around Mr. Matty for a little time. But I have respect for most trainers. But I think those trainers, if I left out any, big respect to the whole on the same way. If I left out any. But
I like your list. Coorie, you have 3 riders working with now. Tell me a little bit about each of them. What attracted you to them? And what are your expectations of them?
I like jockeys which will give me them ears. I like jockeys that listen. That's why I'm picky with jockeys. I naturally talk to every jockey and deal with every jockey good. Right. If somebody want me to ask me something, I have no problem. But I like the one them which will give me them ears and listen and be patient. Shane Richardson now, he's a project. He's still a project. And I actually waited to work with Shane Richardson until, and then somebody look like them fed up. Them want done with it. And then I say, all right. You understand? My time now, come in. That's why I picked up Shane Richardson. And he's humble. The Cardinals are jockey which I wanted to work with for a very long time. And Richie Shakes, Mr. Marlowe approached me for Richie Shakes like probably 6 months before you even get into riding school.
Much respect, and we wish you continued success, sir.
Thank you for watching another video produced by the team from quickgallopjaya.com and its YouTube channel, The Quick Galloper. Please stay on the channel for other enlightening videos on those involved in local horse racing. Please like, subscribe, and press the notification bell.